We're back out here in beautiful Montpelier, Vermont, with the North Adams Steeple Cats versus the Vermont Mountaineers. Vermont leading 4-3 as you go to the top of the fourth inning. John Calavita with you alongside Noel McLean. It'll be 6-7-8 due up for the Cats. New pitcher on the mound for the Mountaineers, James McDowell. This is his ninth appearance. Got no record of 5.22 ERA in 10 1/3 innings, 11 Ks, 7 walks. And he's going to face off against Ryan Magdich leading off. He's 0 for 1. He popped up to the pitcher his first time around. Very strong left-handed batter, Canadian. Is the first pitch to him. He is down and away, ball 1. Magdich was in the West Coast League with Edmonton. He was actually there when Edmonton was, the Oilers were still in the playoffs. 1-0. That's down low, ball 2.
Yeah, James McDowell is out there now for the Mountaineers. He will take over after Luke Carpenter went 3 innings.
Magdich from Ontario is the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, 2-1. He actually lives right near where the Hamilton Tiger Cats of the CFL play. He saw Johnny Manziel play a few times. But you might think he'd be a Maple Leafs or a Toronto fan, but he likes the Dallas teams. He's not a Cowboys fan, as the 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed again. 2-2 now. He's not a Cowboys fan, which was good for me. I respected him a lot more, but he loves the Stars. He loves the Rangers, and he loves the Mavericks because his father's actually from whatever country Luka Doncic is from. I'm blanking. Slovenia? Slovakia. 2-2 pitch. Magdich swings and pops it up. Foul. Out of play behind the plate. The count remains 2-2. McDowell reaching 88 on that fastball.
Yeah, as long as he's not a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Giants fan, so that's a no-go.
I'm an Eagles fan.
Yes.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top of the fourth. The pitch from McDowell. Magdich swings and fouls it away to the left side. Count remains even. Magdich is humongous. He's 6'5", 240 pounds. We had another guy who was 6'5" in Alex Lane. But Alex Lane left. Alex Lane is nowhere near as big. He's still 6'5", but he's not anywhere as muscular as Magdich. Another 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled away to the left side.
And Ashton Johnston is getting loose down there in the Steeple Cats bullpen right now.
Austin McKinney didn't pitch too poorly. He got through 3 innings, only gave up 4 runs, which isn't exactly what you want to see. But he got the Cats. The Cats are still in the game. Another 2-2 pitch. Magdich takes down and away, ball 3. So to talk about that, Cooper Omans, who's no longer here anymore, he was a left-handed pitcher for the Cats. He had one of the best summers I've seen. He said something to me in an interview after he threw 6 scoreless innings against Sanford. He said a pitcher can't win you a game. They can keep you in the game, which I really like, and that's just so humble. He was such a humble guy. He sounded like Roy Halladay, where just giving credits to his catcher and his teammates. 3-2 pitch. Magdich swings and fouls it back. Great at bat.
Yeah, I love that. That's such a true statement there, because obviously a pitcher can do a lot of fantastic things for you, but unless you get the very rare situation where you throw a no-hitter or something like that, the defense is relied on.
3-2. Swung on and popped up again behind the plate. Out of play once again. And you mentioned the no-hitter. The Cats had a no-hitter a couple of games ago. Cohen Knives, who's no longer with the team, he threw it, and we didn't know it was a no-hitter at the time. There was a single back in the second inning that was later ruled an error. So I didn't get to make a no-hitter call. A little frustrated at that. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, top of the fourth, 4-3 game. Ryan Magdich at the plate. Great at bat by him. Another payoff. Magdich swings and sends it out to left center. Over to get it is Fox. He makes the catch, and that's out number 1.
Nice play there by Fox. He ranged over towards that center field mark. Both him and Cone were over there. Decided that Fox was the guy to get that out. And, the Mountaineers in the first game of the season threw 6 different pitchers and allowed a run. However, it was a combined no-hitter.
I remember that.
For the 6 pitchers, and it was unbelievable.
Against Newport, right?
Yes, exactly.
That makes it even more impressive.
Exactly.
Well, here's Joaquin Monke. He takes the first pitch, a fastball above the zone, 1-0. Newport, I really enjoyed working with Newport's broadcast today. That was a really fun doubleheader. We jumped out to a 7-1 lead, and then Newport brought back 7-6. That game ended up ending 10-7 as Moncay swings and fouls it away to the right side. But the Cats, it's the way these games that we just played this year have just been bonkers. There's been so many things. The Cats only won 8 games. They probably should have close to 15, maybe even 20. Trust me, there's been a lot of weird late inning heroics by other teams. It's actually bananas. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Moncay fooled by the breaking ball. He's down in the count 1-2.
Yeah, we haven't seen Newport since that very first game of the season. We'll finally get to see him again this coming Saturday. So I'm certainly looking forward to that.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. McDowell into the windup. He kicks and deals. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. Moncay stays alive. And I think I remember you telling me when you came down to North Adams that this team doesn't really have quote-unquote starting pitchers. You mentioned Carlos Torres and someone else who's a bona fide starter, but this is really a bullpen team.
It is. There's a lot of guys that have
1-2 pitch up and in.
Have a lot of times where they don't know exactly when they're going to come in. For example, one of the all-stars on this team is Brendan McFall, and we call him the 5th inning guy, but he can come in at a lot of different points to get you big outs.
2-2 to Moncay. Swung on, ripped into left field. That's a base hit. Moncay 1 for 1 today, walked his first time around, ropes one to left field. Cats have a 1-out base runner. And if I'm not mistaken, Noah, I think you talked about something called the McFall point.
Yes, that is absolutely right. The McFall point, the McFall swagger, it's turned into a lot of things. The McFall sword. He's a guy that goes out. He has a lot of swagger, but also he's really humble. He's a super humble guy. You love to have conversations with him over at Tufts University, and that's the guy that I love to sit with on the bus. And the conversations, like you were saying earlier, are just plentiful with him.
Here's William Binder. The first pitch to him is swung on and fouled away to the right side. It's going to go out of play 0-1. And something that I've talked about with you and other broadcasters is the importance of just knowing who the players are. You want to know who they are as a person, not who they are as a number. If broadcasting, you want to get good ratings in, you have to know these guys on a personal level. You got to be on a first-name basis. The 0-1. Binder swings and lines it foul again out of play 0-2. Basically in the same spot.
Yeah, I remember at the beginning of the season, we had a couple days. It was optional BP. It was an optional barbecue, an optional, this and that. And I was like, yeah, I am 100% going to those things because that's where you get to know them right off the bat before the season even starts. And you start the connections then. And then as the year goes on, now you're hanging out with these guys not only at the field, but off it as well.
0-2. Binder swings and fouls away down the right field line again. Count stays 0-2. And I'll tell you what. I grew up with William Binder at the plate right now, and he was helping me really acclimate myself with this team. But some people would be intimidated. These guys most of them are Division I athletes. Most of them are big time players. They're college kids. They're just college kids, just like you and me. Just go up to them. Hey, I'm John Calavita. I'm Noel McLean. Shake their hand. 0-2 pitch. Binder swings and fouls it away behind the plate. Count remains 0-2. The Cats are making McDowell work.
Yeah, they really are. It's fighting off a lot of pitches right now are the North Adams Steeple Cats. And, you're absolutely right. I grew up 10 minutes from this ballpark, and now you think about all these guys coming in from their major universities or wherever they're attending. And it can be intimidating, but you realize, hey, these guys are the same age and do the same things I do.
0-2 pitch. Binder swings, lines it down the left field line. That's a base hit past the diving Trotta. Stopping at second is Moncay. The Cats have 2 base runners. That's back-to-back hits. As it's a little fumbling around with the baseball, but they'll get it back in. So first and second, 1 out. Here comes Trey Chula Hall.
Yeah, and that's a good piece of hitting right down that third base side. Snuck it just by Mark Trotta. Was a great defender over at third base. And now there's runners on first and second.
Binder, unintentionally toying with Trotta, fouled off 4 pitches over to the right field line, and then he lines one down the left field line. So Trey Chula Hall 0 for 1 today. He flew out to left back in the second as he takes outside a fastball 1-0.
The only thing I can say about that is the baseball gods do weird things.
I actually came up to Binder and I told him the baseball gods owe you a 3 for 4 night. McDowell from the stretch. The 1-0. Swung on and popped up. On the infield. Calling for it is Rosso. Infield fly roll is called. He makes the catch. That's the second out. But here comes the dangerous Hunter Pasqualini.
Yeah, this is a guy who has not been able to have his number figured out quite yet. He's 2 for 2 today.
Triple and a double. Hunter's the kind of guy who can go deep, has a home run this year. Actually, interesting story about that. He homered against Bristol at Muzzy Field. Umpire called it foul. He was absolutely irate, could not believe it. Umpires confer, they call it fair, he hits a home run. But I don't get to have a Hunter Pasqualini home run call.
Oh.
First pitch to him. Hunter takes on the outside corner, a fastball, 0-1.
That's the worst thing as a broadcaster.
Yeah.
I feel for you.
I did a little fake one. Because, Hunter Pasqualini sends one out to right field. Oh, it's a home run. little fake one after the fact. The 0-1. Pasqualini swings and fouls it back and finds himself down in the count 0-2. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Pasqualini, he's been sick over the past couple of days. Comes back in his first game, 2 for 2. Trying to drive a run in, maybe tie this game. 4-3. Top of the 4th. Runners at first and second. Pasqualini, a slight open stance. McDowell looks back, now comes home. Pasqualini swings, drives it out to right field, but it's playable for Notarangelo. He makes the grab, and that will retire the side. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men were left. Go to the bottom of the 4th. Vermont 4, North Adams 3.